CTV News broadcast. I'm your host, Noah Kraft.
And I'm Ben Kidd. Let's jump right into today's stories.
The library debate continues. In recent local news, the chairman of the Board of Selectmen reiterated his position on the debate over possible new town library. In his statement, Chairman Lymanek says, "As selectmen, it is our duty to protect the interests of the town as a whole, not just certain constituencies, in both the short term and long term. A stipulation of the grant states new remodeled or renovated library buildings will be planned for a minimum operational life of 20 years. In effect, this agreement puts the library before every other service, mandatory or not, for the next 20 years, regardless of the financial realities of the day. Future residents and officials will have to pay for the library before anything else, for schools, for roads, even before the senior center."
President versus Puerto Rico, happening now. Victims of Hurricane Maria are struggling to rebuild and even survive daily life in the U.S. territory of Puerto Rico. According to the New York Times, as of September 27th, relief workers have still not been able to reach some towns in the interior. The majority of people in Puerto Rico remain without clean water, the electricity grid is inoperable, cell towers are down, roads are impassable, and food is rotting, and many of the elderly and sick have been left without care. Trump has so far focused on how different Puerto Rico is and what his people owe him, which is above all their gratitude. In recent days, aid has been able to reach the island more and more. As Americans, we all keep the people of Puerto Rico in our thoughts and prayers as they begin the difficult journey of rebuilding.
Our next story is about Trump, Tillerson, and Rocket Man. President Trump undercut his own Secretary of State on Sunday, calling his effort to open lines of communication with North Korea a waste of time, and seeming to rule out a diplomatic resolution to the nuclear-edged confrontation with Pyongyang. A day after Secretary of State Rex W. Tillerson said he was reaching out to Pyongyang in hopes of starting a new dialogue, Mr. Trump belittled the idea and left the impression that he was focused mainly on military options. This type of report adds fuel to the rumors of a dysfunctional cabinet and executive branch.
NFL national anthem protests have been denting ticket sales. Operators of two of the largest U.S. ticket marketplaces say they are seeing a steep incline in ordering from NFL games, admin festering, controversy over the national anthem. The 17.9% decline in ticket sales was their worst decline in sales since 2014. The protest that started over a year ago by the former quarterback of the 49ers, Colin Kaepernick, has affected the viewership by 11%.
The Las Vegas shooting. In recent news, a gunman on a high school floor of Las Vegas hotel rained a rapid-fire barrage on outdoor concert festival on Sunday night, leaving at least 59 people dead, injuring 527 others, and sending thousands of terrified survivors fleeing for cover. In one of the deadliest mass shootings in American history. When we return, the Nobel Prize winners in a breakthrough for women's rights.
$1? Suey Mama!
In world news today, 3 Americans have been awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine. Congratulations to Jeffrey C. Hall, Michael Rabash, and Michael W. Young. Great job, man.
Also happening now, Saudi Arabian women have recently been given the right to drive. While there are many stipulations that accompany this new law, it is a step in the right direction for women's rights in the Middle East.
U.S. President Donald Trump temporarily lifted restrictions on foreign shipping from the U.S. mainland to Puerto Rico on Thursday to help get supplies quickly to the U.S. territory as it reels from the devastation of Hurricane Maria.
Soldiers and police subdued and killed a suspect knife attacker in Marseille on Sunday after a deadly rampage in the city's main station. Police sources told NBC News that 2 young women were stabbed to death.
When we come back, we will talk about Hurricane Maria and the future of the Supreme Court.
Wow, it's really hot. I need some liquids. ASAP.
Hey, you have $1?
I do.
Alright, so on days 5, 6, and 7, there's lemonade in the cafeteria for only $1.
Oh, I bet.
There you go.
I like that.
All you.
The situation has been juiced.
The suspect in Canada terror attack in a Somali refugee, 30-year-old man Abdulli Sharif, is accused of striking a police officer with the car and stabbing him outside a football stadium in Edmonton, Alberta on Sunday, and later using a rental truck to hit four people elsewhere in the city.
That is awful.
Very bad news.
An Australian boy was fatally crushed by gym weights. A boy named Ben Shaw was crushed when attempting to bench press 220 pounds, which for most people would be a lot. Ben Shaw being one of them. Michael Gilroy is going to be a famous bodybuilder one day. He is currently only 17 years old of age, but can bench press 220 pounds without even breaking a sweat. We should all look up to Michael. Utility crews from the U.S. mainland were scrambling to Puerto Rico on Thursday after Hurricane Maria left nearly the entire U.S. territory and many of its Caribbean neighbors without power. According to officials, the Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority reported almost 100% of its 1.5 million customers were without power.
Costco now offers Energy Health Kit, 25 years, $1,000. This kit will be crucial in war. This is cheap and affordable for our military. Our military would work wonders with this smart product, which will assure the safety of our citizens.
President Trump issued a new travel ban Sunday evening to restrict visitors and immigrants from 8 countries that have inadequate vetting procedures.
President Donald Trump introduced Republicans' newly released tax reform framework as a much-needed economic boon to the struggling middle class during a Wednesday speech.
4 NCAA Division I coaches have been arrested and charged in a major college basketball fraud and corruption scheme. The Justice Department announced Tuesday, days before college basketball season officially commences, for coaches and players.
2 football players in Texas were kicked off their local 6-a-side team and were told to remove their uniforms after they knelt and one raised his fist during the national anthem before a game.
Now, to special reporter with Mike Simeli for a little entertainment news.
And now here's a sneak peek at the new Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi.
When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now. Let the past die. Kill it. If you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be. We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down. Come on! This is not going to go the way you think. Fulfill your destiny.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Up next, Boston man finds unique means of travel.
$1. Suey Mama!
Anthony Kennedy, A conservative justice on the Supreme Court has been rumored to be retiring. Liberals hope he will stay and help resist the conservative tide, as he has often cast crucial swing votes.
O.J. Simpson has been freed from Nevada prison. A Nevada prison officer says O.J. Simpson, the former football legend and celebrity, has been released from a Nevada prison in Lovelock after serving 9 years for armed robbery and kidnapping.
It's not good. A Texas neighborhood is tense over World War II tank parked outside multi-million-dollar home. A history buff in Texas shelled out some $600,000 for a fully functional World War II tank, but now that it's parked outside a multi-million-dollar home, it's ruffling feathers in his neighborhood. Thank you for watching SCTV. Once again, I'm Noah Kraft.
And I'm Ben.
Yes, he is. Have a splendid day, America!